Hopefully some good news from the government this week for landlords for a change. Levelling Up, which was a policy brought in by the Conservatives in 2019, have done their own review on the Renters Reform Bill white paper. They've released a report this week with a few recommendations, all of which I'm happy to say are very, very sensible. Now, to save you reading that report, I'll give you a quick summary now. Now, the first concern they had is for the increasing trend of holiday lets in the country. I live and work in Bournemouth. I know lots of people that have jumped on this bandwagon, and what the Levelling Up are saying is that the government, you need to offer some sort of registration process here, so I have a better understanding of who's doing it and what they're doing. That's basically going to protect the private rental sector. For me personally, that market is very saturated now. I see a lot of the occupancy levels of these properties going a lot lower because so many more people have been doing it over the last sort of 5 to 10 years. Now, second is the non-fault evictions. Obviously, it's a huge shake-up in the country when this does get brought in. Now, the Renters Reform Bill, on one hand, we're saying to landlords, look, we're going to take away your right to issue a non-fault Section 21 notice, but as a sweetener, we're going to improve the way in which you can remove bad tenants, and you're going to have more rights when it comes to issuing a Section 8 notice. Now, what Levelling Up is saying is, well, that's all good and well, but the court system, won't be able to cope. So what they're saying is to introduce a new sort of fast-track housing court system, which is great news for landlords. So whilst you're going to have to be prepared to lose a Section 21, what they are saying is great news. If you've got a bad tenant and not paying their rent, it's going to be a lot easier if you get them out a lot quicker, which obviously is fantastic for all landlords. And another absolute whopper they touched on is fixed terms for students. Look, Bournemouth is a university town. There's 19,000 students that go to BU. I work and know so many student landlords. I'm a student landlord myself. So when the Renters Reform come out and we were looking at what they were recommending, it was squeaky bum time for all concerned. It made no sense to take away fixed term tenancies for students because it benefits both parties. But they did it in Scotland. But thank God, Chris Betts, the chairman at Levelling Up, had looked at it and said, oh, it makes no sense. It's just going to scare away loads of student landlords, and ultimately it's going to be the students that are going to suffer because pardon me, there's going to be a shortage of stock, and that's just going to push the price up. So fingers crossed that common sense prevails on that one. I can't promise that's something that they are going to listen to, but I hope for God they do. But look, if there's any questions you have or anything you need, yeah, please do get in touch.